Hello everybody out there in the World Wide Webiverse. Misfit Inc. here recording our second podcast live from Isla Nublar in sunny and warm Costa Rica. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are broadcasting from the abandoned Welcome Center of Jurassic Park. Mr. John Hammond, eccentric billionaire and founder of both his famous park and INGEN, the International Genetic Technologies Foundation, has actually invited Misfit Inc. to this historic site. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there's no dinosaurs on this island. At least they've been cleared off from where we are, so we should be relatively safe. So, joining me here today is...
Danny motherfucking Cooper.
C squared.
Plumber.
Alexander Cromwell.
Nice. Well, welcome guys. Welcome to this wonderful and exotic land. The reason why...
I shouldn't have wore all black.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad choice.
Yeah.
The hotel is like several hundred miles away.
Yeah.
The reason why we're here is because John Hammond is actually... Like I said, he invited us here because he actually has a scenario for our guys for a dream team.
Oh God.
That's right.
I don't want it. I don't want it already.
Okay,
Fuck
so
me.
As you guys know, Jurassic Park was founded on the idea of bringing, dead or soon to be extinct creatures back into a populated realm, and of course, Mr. John Hammond took that to the extreme with dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
So. It's actually recently come to his attention that there was an animal that was thought to be extinct. It was actually spotted in a remote part of the world. So, Mr. John Hammond has actually asked all of you to put together a dream team to lead an expedition into the wild, track down, and collect the DNA so he can begin cloning the animal. That's a pretty good one. So, what you guys are going to need is, number one, you're going to need a survival expert. Okay? A specialist who is going to help you survive in the wild. You're also going to need, number two, a wildlife specialist, somebody who knows animals, okay? And the last thing you guys are going to need is either a hunter or a tracker, one or the other. Now, John Hammond has included that you guys don't necessarily need to bring the creature back alive. All he needs is the DNA. I mean, it doesn't matter if you guys kill it, because realistically, he can just make 1 million of them later. So, go ahead and let you guys think about your choices. Remember, you guys are going to need a survival specialist, a wildlife expert, and of course, a hunter or tracker. Okay?
Because genetically cloning worked so well before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but except that he's not
That's
making giant
fantastic.
animals. He's just making an animal that's soon to be.
Is it a cat? What kind of animal? What familia is it?
Oh, I cannot tell you that.
I don't want to see what gets combined with frog DNA.
Yeah. Well, no, they're not going to use frog DNA because we learned that lesson.
I hope so. Well, just the West Indian African frogs, remember?
Most reptiles actually have that ability, and some fish.
Alrighty, so while you guys are going to go ahead and decide, I'm going to go ahead and move on. That's right.
God.
To the Wheel of Misfortune.
Wheel of Misfortune.
All right,
turn. Tell us the negative that we should earn.
And this Wheel of Misfortune is brought to you by Misfit Inc. Demolition Company. Misfit Inc. has been in business for only 2 years and has already accumulated several million emeralds worth of damages and destructions of private property. If you need a building, city block, or country gone, call Misfit Inc. Demolition Company. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel.
Oh, God.
Wheel of Misfortune, turn. Tell us how our Misfits will learn.
I don't want it.
Burn, baby, burn.
Oh my God! You guys can only pick movie actors.
Actors?
Only
know
pick
what movie everyone's gonna be
movie
from.
actors. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a minute to think about it.
Not their characters, the actors.
The actors.
Oh. God,
right, so-
what have you done?
So we'll cut it here. Give you guys some time to think. Alright, so all of you guys, have you made your selections?
Roger.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Okay, alright, so now that you guys have made your selections, okay, we're going to go through the list, and then I'm going to reveal what game that you're hunting, okay? So the first and foremost, the first thing that we're going to need is our survivalist, okay, the survival specialist. We're going to go, once again, in random order, so Danny, who did you pick for your survival specialist?
Yes, I picked Will Ferrell.
All right then.
That's fine. That's fine.
okay.
Laugh it up. Laugh it up.
He's a funny
Fuzzball.
guy. What can I say?
All right, next is C Squared. Who'd you pick?
Les Stroud from Survivor Man.
Was he in a movie?
Yes,
He might have been in a movie.
Yeah, he has his own movie.
Okay.
It's a documentary.
Alright.
That counts. That counts. All right.
It's called
number
Beyond
3.
Survival if you want to look it up.
All right, hey, well, point of arguing. Move on.
Alexander.
Mark Hamill.
Wow.
Ooh.
I mean, he did sleep inside of a fucking thing. All right. Pinky.
It's lukewarm in there. Up a zing. That one's brought to you by Pinky's Pathetic Puns.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
I'm rolling.
There's a baby in the background.
I'm rolling with Johnny Depp. GG.
Game over.
Okay, all right. So Johnny Depp. Okay, so good choices all around. Good choices. Now we're gonna go with our animal expert. Number 1, C Squared. Who'd you get?
I chose David Attenborough. He works for BBC Earth.
Wow,
Nice.
that's a really good
He's doing
choice.
his
So far, you're
research.
having a pretty good team. He is.
IMDb.
Next choice, Danny.
Oh, thank God. Steve Irwin. He has his own movie, The Croc Hunter.
He has a movie?
Yeah, he has a movie.
All right, cool.
Okay,
I didn't
okay.
know that.
Pinky.
Russell Crowe.
I'll
Just
buy
because
that.
He's from Australia. Get the fuck out of here. All
Everything
right.
tries to kill you there.
Alexander.
Fucking Orlando Bloom.
I'm going for the dream team of
Orlando Bloom. All right. Okay, so the last one is going to be your hunter or tracker, okay? Now, this is going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start off with Alexander.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. All right. Next up is C Squared.
For the Hunter and Tracker?
Yep.
Vern Bayer. I'm not too sure how to pronounce his last name, but he works for National Geographic.
All right. So, number 3, Pinky.
Dwayne Johnson.
What? The Rock?
What?
Oh,
What?
God,
I can smell that.
And last but not least, Danny.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Wow.
Fuck, made from the salt of the earth.
And he's got the cancer of the earth, too. All right, so.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm sorry. Don't unsubscribe. All
We
right,
love
so,
you.
So here it is. You guys have go ahead and named off all of your people. Here is the elusive animal that you are going to track, okay?
Fuck ass.
I just got woozy.
The name of the
It's a
animal.
Snooki.
No, the name of the animal. It's close. The name of the animal is Twerky. It's an ancient ancestor of the turkey who was thought to be extinct due to limited intelligence and the ineffective means of frightening off predators by facing away from danger and popping its butt back and forth.
Oh my
You are
God.
hunting the Twerky.
That's awesome.
Twerky.
We should have got Miley Cyrus.
They could have communicated. Okay, so here we go. First scenario. Are you ready?
Oh, fuck.
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right. So the first scenario that we got here. This is going to be testing your survivalist. Okay. Now, the Twerky was last spotted in Banks Island, Canada, in Northwest Territories. Okay. You can't even do it with a straight face.
I can't.
The average temperature of Banks Island in Canada is negative 14 degrees Celsius, or roughly 6 degrees Fahrenheit. The terrain is sparse woods, mostly hills and frozen tundra, with little to no shelter, only one harbor village, and no game other than bears, seals, and walruses.
And
Why-
the game.
Yes. Why is your survivalist the best suited to keep not only themselves, but your entire team alive? So we're gonna go ahead and go with Pinky first. Pinky, you got Johnny Depp. Why and how is Johnny Depp gonna keep everybody alive?
Because he can be anything, so he's gonna be a campfire.
Oh my god!
He is flaming, so I don't know.
Oh!
If you wanted anybody or anything, you should have just got Rob Schneider.
Oh,
Rob Schneider is a campfire.
stop
What,
it!
Ditto?
Stop it! That's Pinky's job.
All right, Pinky, let's hear it.
Johnny Depp. Oh. Let's just list off his movies. Lone Ranger. All the freaking
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. All of these require a lot of survival instincts. He's all types of witty. He knows what he's doing, including the extensive training that he's done with all his prior to his movies. I would say that he has plenty of skills or a skill set to keep him alive in any area.
Mm-hmm. All right, so counter arguments.
He lives in a fancy home. He doesn't know nothing about surviving. Everything's catered to him.
He is rather wealthy, so I don't think he goes on weekend excursions to the Appalachian Mountains for
I must
pleasure.
deprive myself.
All right, so okay, pretty decent counter arguments. He's rich, he's spoiled, he lives in a big mansion. He doesn't exactly take weekend excursions out in the safari. So how would you counter that?
I'm gonna say he takes his job very seriously, so that he would engulf himself with any of his training, so that I would say he knows what he's gonna do, what he needs to do.
He is a method actor.
Okay, all right. Next up, let's go ahead and hear it from Alexander. Mark Hamill. You picked Mark Hamill. Explain to me why and how Mark Hamill is going to have your team survive.
I mean, Mark Hamill's been to other planets to train for his movies. I mean, surely he would know how to... surely he would know how to rough it in a little winter.
That nigga blew up the Death Star.
Look, a cocaine habit does not necessarily mean he's trained on other planets.
And he's generally...
In his mind.
He's the Joker. He's not all there in the head.
That means that he has connections to the...
Drug dealers?
League of Villains.
Reach, nigga, reach.
Alrighty, so he's been to other planets to train. One can say that he did some snow scenes on Hop. So anybody got any counter arguments? Why is Mark Hamill the really shitty choice?
He's
on drugs.
Old. He's old as balls, and I don't think that his body is prepared for said temperatures. He'll turn into a Luke-sicle.
Can't get up.
Okay, we got Ditto.
There's not really any large animals for him to cut open and climb into now, is there?
Pinky, you got a counter argument?
He nearly died if he wouldn't have cut open that one.
He did almost die. It had to be Han Solo to save him.
So that
valid argument.
That wouldn't show in much.
AKA Harrison Ford.
He's got the instinct. If
All
his
right.
director says so.
All right, so he's too old, and he didn't exactly save himself on Hop. He basically hallucinated, passed out in the snow, and was dying.
Because he walked out of the cave he was in.
Because the cocaine wore off. So,
Getting
Alexander,
attacked by that
these are
thing from
powerful
the
arguments,
Christmas
man. How are you going to counter them?
Well, if he's old, he knows how to bundle up warm, so he would be able to make sure other people knew how to
This is
bundle
with
up
a
warm.
Snuggie.
And no, and no, he would
We
not
have
use
to
a damn
cut
Snuggie. Let's see. Harrison Ford saved him in a...
What? Not Harrison Ford.
Oh, sorry.
Right, continue.
Han Solo saved him in a movie against a made-up fucking creature in the first place. If this place has almost like no animals, one, why would he need to climb into one if he's not dying or hallucinating?
Okay.
Because he's tripping balls.
Alrighty. So next up, speaking of tripping balls, Will Ferrell,
Yes.
funny man extraordinaire, and also an amazing serious actor. By the way.
Yeah.
Super amazing serious actor.
Mhm.
I
Hey,
have to
isn't
say
he the
I am a
drummer
fan
from that
of
one
his
band?
serious movies way more than his comedies. So how does Will Ferrell? How would he not only survive, but help his entire team survive?
That's simple. He was on Bear Grylls' show, man. He did, and where he went was Arctic region with nothing around. So he knows how to do it, man. He's already done it. He did it with Bear Grylls. They dropped him off and they picked him up.
Oh.
No, he was on the show, but he is a movie actor. Ipso facto, I can use him.
That is true. That's a good loophole, using personal experience and using a good actor. I think that's a pretty strong argument. He actually had real life experience surviving in a cold environment. Any counter arguments?
Bear Grylls is a fake.
Ooh, he has been proven fake before. Anybody else?
Silencio, motherfuckers.
I think that's it. I think that's the big thing. I mean, Bear Grylls, he does have a crew with him. He does show you how to survive in extreme situations. However, he's always never far away from safety, or at least without a way out. So, I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, man.
Okay.
Can you counter that?
Hey, well, that's a safety precaution. They don't want to lose their meal ticket for one, and two, it doesn't change the fact that he was actually out there doing shit in the cold and learning from him how to do shit. And it doesn't take away from Bear Grylls' credentials that he knows how to do the shit. Just because he had a safety net doesn't make it any less dangerous.
That's not what I'm referring to. He's actually faked location.
But it doesn't change the fact that's for the show. It doesn't change the fact that he knows what he's doing.
True facts.
That is true. True facts. All right, that's a really strong argument. You think you can do any better with Les Stroud?
He is a survival expert. And I know
emphasis
what
on
you're gonna
is.
bring up is the point that it's a TV show, not a movie. But his movie is off the grid. He does have a movie. And when it comes to a survival expert, I think a survival expert is the way to go.
You hear the little jabs? It was survival.
Survivor! We're gonna get him!
All right,
Get your
so
survivor!
counter arguments.
No.
Would he?
I don't know anything
Would he be able to
about
carry his
personal
team
life,
though?
so. Yeah, he's been on. If we're gonna use the show experience thing, then he's been on like dual Survivor shows before.
Yeah, that's
So, yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's pretty strong arguments. Okay, so I think I've went ahead and made my choice. The first one I'm going to go ahead and nix off amazingly is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp.
But he can be anything.
He's been dead and a pirate and a dead Indian. So
he did get killed in Freddy.
that is true. He got fucking slaughtered. But
Yeah, he did.
here's the thing. I think Johnny Depp was probably the weakest out of all of them, only because of the fact that they did bring up the fact that although he does live in England and it's cold, it's not that cold. He does live in the riches and the spoils of being a movie actor, and although he is a method actor, I don't really think he's that much of a method actor. He does get into his roles, but this isn't really a role. It's more of a real life situation. So I'm going to go ahead and nix him out. Next one I'm going to nix out is Mark Hamill. He did have snow scenes, real life snow scenes, but of course he never had to do any real survival in any of those situations. The next thing, I was really rooting for Will Ferrell, but I'm going to have to nix him out. And
what?
the only reason is because C-Squared picked Survivor Man. Survivor
Hacks.
Man,
Sorry.
it is hacks. But there's one thing of being trained. It's another thing to do the training.
Be
And
the trainer, yeah.
exactly. I mean, the survival, the locations, as far as Bear Grylls, faking locations, that doesn't matter. I mean, Danny, you're with me on this one. So are you, Pinky, and Alexander. I'm not sure you're with me on this one. In the military, you're never really in a dangerous or the situation that you're training for, but the training is still the same nonetheless, no matter where you are, whether you're in deep shit danger or you're in like the back of your company training on fucking asphalt. The training is what matters. So I think the fact that Bear Grylls being a fake doesn't matter. The training is still relevant, but
Bitch.
it is going against the thing of somebody who was trained and somebody who actually does the training. So I'm going to go ahead and give the point to C-Squared. So C-Squared, you have 1 point.
Yay!
So far. Good job. Great pick. All right.
Chad
All right.
Smith couldn't own up to him. Oh, sorry. Will Ferrell.
Now we're going to go to the survival expert, or the wildlife expert. While traveling through a narrow pass, the team detects a strong, musty odor in the air. Snooky! Around the next bend, your group stumbles upon and startles a group of musk oxen. Standing at 5 feet tall at the shoulders and weighing over 600 pounds, the alpha males begin swinging their horns at the group and bellowing aggressively at you. How will your wildlife expert calm the bulls based off of past experiences? Not present, not things that they would do. Based off of past experiences, how would they go ahead and calm the bulls and make sure nobody got gorged to death? So we're going to go first off with our winner, David Attenberg, C-squared. David Attenberg, go ahead and give me your best shot.
Well,
Hit me with your best shot.
Thank you.
I'm going to. Well, he works for BBC Earth, and he's made several documentaries, and his most renowned one being wildlife specials. And he works with elephants. Those things are fucking massive. And he actually does, I've seen it, he does get an elephant to calm down when it's starting to get riled up. So I'm pretty sure he's got enough experience under his belt to handle this situation.
That's a good argument. Any counter arguments?
You took it, as I was going to say. Is he just a commentator, or does he get out there in the throes of the wild? But
All up in the wilds.
Oh boy.
Anybody else? Man, I think C-squared is going to win this shit by a landslide. Nobody's got any counter arguments?
I like documentaries, man.
I'm telling you, I'm a fan of Dayton Attenborough. The one series that I liked of his was The Birds, where he talks about all the birds and the crazy shit that they do. Very cool. Now,
Especially
on those,
that
I
one
know
bird that mimics.
I know he's a narrator, and I know that, you know, he's fed a lot of lines and things to say. But there have been documentaries where he has been in the field, just like you said, and he has had to pull out his own knowledge. So, good, strong argument there. We're going to go with the next one. R.I.P. Steve Irwin.
Ominous Dominus.
Ominous Dominus.
No,
But in this situation, hey, you know what? Fucking Mr. John Hammond went ahead and fucking brought him back to life. So you got Steve Irwin. He cloned him. Cloned
From
Steve
the
Irwin.
blood from the stingray.
Oh, wow.
Oh man!
And the tears
Jab,
of his
jab.
daughter. Just throw that in there,
Jab,
too.
Too soon.
How would Steve
Yeah.
Irwin calm down the raging beast?
Well, we're going to go back to Corey's argument, the argument, or reason why Corey won the last one, is opposed to a train the trainer kind of situation. This guy is a survival or wildlife expert. He's not a documentary guy, you know. So he would know how to calm them down or get everybody to back away nice and easy. And the worst comes to it, he can wrestle the alpha male down and stick his finger in its ass, because that's what he does. Oh, look at this croc! Yeah, I'm just gonna wrestle him. And look, that's my finger in his ass. Oh, he don't like that. He's really mad now.
So counter arguments.
I got none. I'm with
No, I'm with him on that one. God, just I don't have an argument for that.
I was going to say, you know, he's kind of dead, but we cloned him.
He's sort of dead.
Well,
Shot to the heart, and you're to blame. What? Really? That's the line? That's the fucking line that we're crossing. Fuck you guys. All right, fuck all of you. That's where the awe comes in. You know what? Fuck off.
well, this creature is land-based, so he's got the up on this one.
Oh my god!
It took me like a split second, and that's all I needed. That's all I
This
needed.
fucking guy.
Oh man!
Slow clap, everybody. Slow clap.
I'm not so sure that's a clap.
Oh
Oh
man!
man!
Wow.
All right, so let's move on. Alexander, you picked Orlando Bloom.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know how Orlando. I guess he could take off his shirt and flex a little bit. Explain to me how Orlando Bloom is going to tame these wild beasts.
Elven magic.
What? No, these are real people.
With his guns! Ugh!
He's gonna flail his hair back and forth. Flail his hair back and forth.
No, serious answer. I'd imagine if nothing else, he'd know enough to encourage the entire group to back away slowly and get the hell out of Dodge.
Any kind of arguments?
I would think he'd just shoot it in between the eyes with his arrow.
He would piss himself?
He is a little bit of a frailly, effeminate man. No offense, Orlando.
He's fabulous.
Don't unsubscribe.
He is. But that's it, man. I don't think he could. You're not standing up to an alpha male of like a water buffalo. No, dog.
All right. So can you counter that?
All I said was he'd know enough to get everybody to back away slowly, not confront them.
That being said, we're going to go ahead and move on. Pinky, you picked Russell Crowe, the angry Australian. How the hell is Russell Crowe going to deal with these ornery beasts?
He's gonna kill him with fire.
Oh my god.
He's a firebender now?
Sweet. I'm totally voting for Pinky.
You missed that episode?
He fought lions in Gladiator.
There were tigers.
Tigers. They were tigers. That's right.
And bears. Oh my.
Oh my god.
That's my brother.
If he wins, does he get a brain?
He's calmed the oceans in the Master and Commander.
He's a waterbender too? What the fuck? Is he the Avatar?
He's the Avatar. Oh my god.
He's gonna spirit bend it.
Hell, he's
the angry and Austrian Avatar.
Hey,
father.
Hey, I'm sorry. If he gets the Avatar, I'm fucking getting Elven magic. Come on now.
He is an angry drunk, though. I'll give him that.
All right. So, any counter arguments?
You're an idiot.
Second,
he's gonna get everyone killed.
Second,
fair enough.
You're the alpha. I'm the alpha.
Oi, you stay right here. I'm gonna punch you right in the face. You know who I am. I'm Russell Crowe. Let's fight. Gourd.
All right. So, can you counter him punching a musk oxen in the face and then getting gorged?
His giggle says no.
I'm too busy laughing.
Okay. All right. So I think I've already made my choice. First off, I'm going to go ahead and my first elimination is Orlando Bloom. I think maybe in a forest environment, he probably would have been okay fighting squirrels, or not. So I mean, he's definitely the weakest link. So goodbye. All right. So the next one I'm going to go ahead and nix is Russell Crowe. Now, for as much as I want to give Russell Crowe this credit for being the Master and Commander, being Superman's father, the fact is he probably would try to tell everybody to back down, and then he would just start punching people. Not a good scenario. The next one I'm going to go ahead and eliminate is David Attenborough. The only reason is I would have picked him first. However, I do have to look at the situation of it being a very cold environment. I do have to look at the situation of the type of beast that these things are, and they are no elephant. These things are pretty fucking vicious. I would be, if I had to pick between Steve Irwin and David Attenborough, my money would be on Steve Irwin.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give the point to Danny.
Woo-woo. Give the point to the gravestone.
Lead.
So right
Gravestone?
now we are at
Gravestone.
Danny 1 point, C squared at 1 point, and we're gonna go ahead and move on. So the hunter. After days of searching, your team finally spots the elusive Twerky. As your team gets closer, a terrible snowstorm begins to fall, and your wildlife expert warns that if you get too close, you may lose sight of the creature and lose it forever. Your hunter only has one shot to take it down. Do you think your hunter has what it takes to shoot 200 meters through a snowstorm to hit a 2 foot by 2 foot target perfectly camouflaged with its surroundings, and why?
You told me tracker, you lying dick.
Yeah, you said tracker.
He said hunter tracker.
Shut up, Jeff. No one pulled your talk string.
So let's hear it. Let's hear how Harrison Ford is gonna go ahead and take down this Twerky.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with he's a dead shot. We've seen him, Star Wars. He He can hit the mark dead on, even though fucking.
Yeah, but he didn't shoot first.
Yeah, he has to wait for the target to shoot
whoa!
first.
We're not talking. Whoa! We're not talking fucking like a foot apart from each other at a cantina. We're talking like shooting at a distance. He's a fucking smuggler. He's had to have multiple backgrounds. Indiana Jones movies, you know, he's had some weapon training there too, actually.
All right, any counter arguments?
I
That's
will.
acting. I mean,
Yeah,
can he really
that's-
shoot?
Yes, he was actually trained with weapons.
Well, that doesn't matter. I've known guys who were trained with weapons and can't hit the fucking broadside of a bar.
That's also very
Yeah,
true.
that's a true
That's
story.
also very true, but I mean,
True facts.
he's...
You know that now, Jeff.
Yes, I do.
Alex, edit, Alex.
It's gonna be like, you know that now, Alex.
All right. Any counter arguments to the fact that, hey, he might not be able to shoot?
No.
All righty. Let's move on. I want to hear how Tommy Lee Jones is going to take down the elusive Twerky.
That dude's a hunter, man. He's like old grizzly bear, salt of the earth kind of man. He's a man's man. He hunts, and he's gonna be able to. I guarantee he hunts snipes or snapes. What are they? Snapes? The birds that people used to call for snipers, where the word came from. Snapes. Okay. Yeah, I guarantee he can pop a snape with a musket. I mean, he's familiar with that weapon anyways. He's been around since then, so. I mean, I'm just saying.
Wow, really?
What? I love Tommy Lee Jones. He's awesome.
Any counter arguments?
He was replaced by Will Smith.
Oh,
Oh.
damn.
And then they had to bring him back because Will Smith couldn't handle it by himself. Snap!
Good counter argument. Good counter. Anybody else? No?
I'd have to
Man.
bring up age. I don't think.
Well, in that case, I'll bring up age for Harrison Ford.
Well, your time for my argument has already passed. However, my argument is now, and I'm saying too old in a cold environment, arthritis.
Ooh.
Oh,
We ain't getting a clean shot on that.
All right.
I'm just gonna pull this string back, and Mother of God!
All right. So we all heard how Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones are too old and arthritic. Let's go with somebody who's not old and arthritic. Dwayne Johnson.
Damn right.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Known for punching people in the face for who try to use thunder and lightning against him. Also, a gay limo driver. Let's hear how The Rock is going to go ahead and take down the deadly and elusive Twerky.
People's elbow.
People's elbow from 200 meters.
Stops halfway to catch his breath.
Wait, where's the ring cord so that he can launch off of it?
He's got Russell Crowe and Johnny Depp to hold up.
Oh,
Ready, lift team? Ready.
That'd be
All right,
impressive.
so let's go. Arguments. Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson, known as G.I. Joe of all G.I. Joes. I want to say his shooting in Doom. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but this guy was an excellent shot in that movie. He loves his guns. Sorry.
Is that an innuendo? Is that a bad pun?
That was a bad pun.
That was horrible.
Sorry.
That one's brought to you by Pinky's Pathetic Puns. Call now, get 2 puns for the price of 1.
Oh my
2
God.
puns for the price of pun.
Stop it.
God.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's just not even punny, guys. Let's keep it on track.
It doesn't have to.
It's provocative.
Stop.
No, it's not.
Oh my god. Edit. Alright.
It doesn't just work like
I
that.
said, Dwayne Johnson. He loves his guns.
All right, so counter arguments.
I'm gonna say that he's not gonna shoot half as well as he did in the Rundown. I don't think he's gonna shoot that well here.
I mean, yeah, you can shoot pretty good with the CGI.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
All right, any counter arguments to CGI?
He's actually he's fired with U.S. soldiers. He when he went with them, they let him fire off all the different types of guns there, to include rifles.
All right, so Laverne Beer. Laverne Beer.
He works for National Geographic. Again, more documentaries. His most famous piece of work is Bear Island. He's the dude with all the bears. And he was very good at tracking them, following them. And I'm pretty sure in a scenario like this, if he has to, he could take down the beast. But he is very passive. So
Any counter arguments?
About that.
A bear is a lot bigger than a turkey.
Which makes it even easier for him.
That what?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Shenanigans. What are we saying here?
Unless the bear's like.
He knows how to track. What do you?
He knows how to track.
Well, we're tracking, but we're
talking
making
about shooting a weapon. If he's passive, I doubt he's really that good.
shooting.
All right. So he's passive, and it's a smaller target in a snowstorm. Any counter arguments to that, C-Square?
Well, if it's a matter of, are they gonna eat this thing or what's going on with it? Because I'm thinking if they're like hungry, he's gonna kill that thing regardless if it's passive or not.
Okay. Once again, our misfits aren't paying attention to the scenarios at all.
clearly.
You don't know things.
Too
I
much
got
King
DNA,
Cobra
but it's
for
going
it.
to take me like 2 or 3 days to pass it.
Oh, ew. I shouldn't have ate that bone. That was
Oh,
a
my
terrible
God.
idea.
All right, so I went ahead and made my decision. After hearing all the arguments, I'm going to go ahead and immediately eliminate Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford, I love Harrison Ford. He's one of my favorite actors. But once again, I mean, you can bring up all the times that he shot in movies. Doesn't really necessarily mean that that's how he does in real life.
Hand shot first.
Yes. Secondly, I'm going to go ahead and remove Laverne Beer.
Fair enough.
As you said, he's passive. He's more of a tracker and an observer. So if he had to really take this kind of a crack shot, I really doubt that he had the training to do this. In a survival situation, he would be more inclined to like keep tracking it down until he found its home. But having to take the shot right now, I don't really think he'd do it.
No, I agree with you.
I'm gonna go ahead and nix off Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah!
Damn it.
Your argument
You
was
smell
that
that? Huh?
United States soldiers let him fire weapons, but they also let reporters fire weapons, and I doubt a fucking Channel 5 newscaster chick is really going to go ahead and hit the turkey any
I
more
got
than
this,
Dwayne
guys.
Johnson. If he had to wrestle the turkey, yes, my money on Dwayne Johnson.
Rock
But for this
bottom,
being
that
said,
bitch.
I can't really argue. I mean, I kind of thought there were going to be more arguments, but Tommy Lee Jones being the man of all men, being grizzly, because he is a grizzly motherfucker.
Thank you.
I would have to say that of everybody that was there, he would probably be more likely to capture the turkey. Now, the turkey scenario, I kind of brought that up because Thanksgiving is coming around the corner. This actually should be put out on
Turkey.
Thanksgiving Day.
I like
Oh,
it.
God, are you putting that GIF up?
Thanksgiving special.
Thanksgiving special. That's
Okay.
right. So for those of you guys who are listening and girls out there, happy Thanksgiving from the Misfits. And for those of you who are our international audience, hey, have a happy Thanksgiving too. Nothing like celebrating another country's holidays.
And
Happy
it is the
whatever
first day of
doesn't offend
Kwanzaa. It is the
Happy-
first
Oh,
day
yeah.
of no,
That's
not
right.
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
My bad.
I know
Hanukkah.
what you meant, but doesn't this only
Yeah.
happen like once every
Forever.
6,000 years or something ridiculous like
Yeah,
Really?
it's
Oh,
Yeah, first thing.
it's Thankswanaka.
Oh my God.
that? Happy
So,
whatever doesn't offend you day.
All right.
Light your-
So to our Jewish listeners, happy Hanukkah, man.
Light your first candle.
L'chaim.
Get that present, baby. That's right.
I was
Make-
clearing my throat, sorry.
Make all those Christmas freaks fucking be really jealous that you're already getting presents.
Mazel
And
tov,
on that note,
motherfuckers.
can I say something? Can I just say
Yeah.
something
I'm
really
jealous
quick?
of that dreidel.
Fucking other holidays that are supposed to be in December, why don't you back the fuck off my turkey already?
Yeah, man.
Okay, seriously?
fuck.
Back the fuck up, Santa.
Let fucking I mean, dude, I worked in retail stores and stuff, and it literally went Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas again. Like, it's bullshit. Like, when the
Yes,
fuck?
we've had one, but how?
Yeah, when the fuck is all this shit happening before Thanksgiving? Like, let the turkey have its day, and then you guys can
That's
do
all
whatever
it's
you want,
gonna
whatever
get anyway.
whatever you celebrate. Whether it be Christmas, Yule time, Hanukkah. I mean, I know this is a very rare event for our Jewish friends, but seriously, come on, I think you took it to the extreme. Everybody's just putting up Christmas decorations. You're already celebrating. Calm down. So, other than that, happy holidays from Misfits, and I guess we'll move on to our movie time.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert!
Hey, how did the theme song go? How'd that go?
Movie time, movie time. Gonna make up a rhyme for movie time. Yeah.
All right.
Watch,
All right. So
watch out
the
for
homework
those
assignment
twerks.
assigned. What?
Stop it.
The homework assignment given to us by the lovely Pink Plumber
Woo.
was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, 1920s. Now,
Sorry, guys.
those of you at home don't know this, but I started getting Facebook and text and baby girl telling me that some people wanted a veto
Pinky.
for the movie
Sorry.
because that person didn't know that it was a silent film because that person doesn't fucking pick their homework before the show starts.
No. Just like I didn't this time either.
But I was like, no, you know what? That's not fair. We shouldn't veto. Okay, like the whole point of this is to allow us to experience movies and new ideas and concepts that we wouldn't normally have done ourselves. Now, being a silent film, let's talk about that first. Before first impressions, silent films. How many of us here have actually seen a silent film before?
Me.
That's like my fifth
Cricket,
one.
cricket.
Okay.
No, I would tell you, but you know.
They need to have to kill you.
No.
Now,
he's
watching
being
a
silent
porn
right now.
at night with
I
no
get it.
volume does not count as a silent film.
Oh.
What?
Well, then none. No, actually.
But that shit.
Can we do story time with Danny motherfucking Cooper real quick?
Sure, let's roll some story time.
Oh shit!
It's all.
Growing up in Detroit, there's a theater where we grew up. It's an old Redford theater, and they would they'd take field trips there and shit, and we would go to them. I saw a couple of Charlie Chaplin films, and they had a live organ and orchestra and shit, and it was fucking cool, man. I'm like 7 years old, and I'm like, this is some classy shit. And that's it. That's my story time.
Dude,
They're awesome. I like
was old
them.
enough to see that.
You weren't even conceived at the point, I think.
I know, man.
Well, you
That's-
were there.
I've still
Just-
seen all the Chaplin films. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I would imagine that watching a silent film on, like, let's say Netflix, and then actually going to the theater and having like an orchestra and a
Yeah.
piano playing, like that's got to be pretty fucking awesome.
It's pretty fucking classy.
Now, for those of you youngsters out there who don't know what a silent film is, that's back in the day, believe it or not, before color was invented, mind you.
Whoa. That is
The movies were
racist.
black and white or chroma colored, based off of the age of the film. And on top of it, they didn't have sound. There was no way to record sound. So what they would actually do is play the movie in theaters and actually have a piano man or a small orchestra on the side to go ahead and play music, to go along with the movie so that you're not just sitting there in complete fucking silence. Now, me personally, this was my second silent film. I watched Nosferatu, which is also on Netflix. It was a classic. I had to watch it. It was like the first, considered the scariest vampire interpretation ever before Dracula was invented. So I thought it was pretty cool. Was anybody else thrown off by the fact that it was a silent film?
Can we go
Not
straight
really.
to first
I saw the
reactions
year,
with this?
So I was kind of expecting it.
Let's go with first reactions. Let's go with that.
All right.
That kind of
It's
ties
going to be
into it.
really loud, so Jay, mute your mic for this. But my first reaction was, I saw it and I was like, oh, 1920, huh? Jay, that's... Yeah, dude, I was so pissed because I was like, this is gonna be so bad, and that was my first reaction.
Okay, anybody else's first reactions?
Just
I was just kind of null about it. I was like, okay, I'll get through this.
yeah, I was a little interested to see it because I'd never actually seen the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You've always heard about the story. But honestly, like, I was not at all enthused when I saw this. At all.
Mm-hmm.
You poker
Pinky.
face through it.
Pinky,
I've always liked the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. As far as this film itself, I'm not gonna be honest here. I just watched it today.
It's fresh in your memory.
No, I did like the story. other than that, the silent film is just not my type of film.
You don't say.
It was hurting. I was hurting.
The thing that got me, and I don't know if you guys had done anything similar to this. I have brain damage. Okay, sometimes I forget what I'm doing. So, like, I'm watching the silent film, and at some point I catch myself like turning up the volume because I'm like, I can't fucking hear what the goddamn saying. Like, how? And I completely fucking forgot. But the one thing that I did notice, and the one thing that I liked, I want to bring this up, is that did you guys notice that when they introduced a new character or a new main character, that not only did they introduce them by their character name, but also by their actor name?
That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was really fucking cool.
Yeah. Are we going on like interpretations of the movie now?
Sure.
Okay. When I was watching it, I was looking at the acting and like how overly exaggerated it was, and thinking of the quality of video then, it had to have been, because they didn't know what we know now and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just I was just completely blown away.
If we're commenting on acting, that actually did not surprise me, because a lot of film early on was based off of stage play. And on stage, you have to exaggerate a lot. There was one scene in particular when they introduced George Caro for the first time, and there was a gentleman that walked in. I don't remember the guy's name, and he was all sorts of exaggerating, walking in, shaking everybody's hands, and oh hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I was gonna actually bring that up too. That these kinds of movies like. For those of you at home, especially our younger audience who actually sat down and watched the entire movie, kudos on you for expanding your movie experience. But like he said, these old movies were really based off of stage plays. Mm-hmm. And if anybody has ever done theater or have actually watched a stage play, you know that really minor movements, minor facial movements, even subtle tones in voice aren't really picked up in a stage environment because you had to cater it to the guy way in the fucking back who can barely see the stage anyway. So your movements have to be really big, really exaggerated, so everybody knew what you were doing. And it wasn't really until later on that we evolved two different methods of acting, and that's actually stage acting and then like movie acting, where the movie acting can be more subtle because you can zoom in, you can show more subtle movements and more realistic movements because you don't have to cater to the guy in the back when you're like as tall as a 3-story fucking building. So kudos for bringing up the acting in general, but it wasn't really that bad. One thing I liked about it was that there was like they were only really directed on emotion. I mean, I'm sure there was a script, but it wasn't really like how we consider scripts today. So for the fact that they can sit around and actually hold a conversation, I actually felt like these people were talking and not just like moving their lips. Did anybody else kind of get that sensation?
Yes,
I did.
Yes, but I think there were some parts where the acting was very lacking too, at least in the emotional delivery. Because when they broke it to the girl that her father's been killed, they didn't show her showing an ounce of emotion until she actually saw the body. I mean, that guy went to her and told her, hey, we think your dad's dead. And all she's doing is kind of reacting like she got some bad news, like an, oh well, you know.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. When I think of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I think of classic horror monsters. Being, the Mummy, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, even like Dracula or Nosferatu, and along those lines is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. The nuances of a normal man and a monster, both mixed together, both extremes. And I remember looking over at Baby Girl saying, you know what this is? I didn't catch this before, but the Nutty Professor was basically Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Wow.
He was a nice guy. He thought that he was going to improve himself and improve his lifestyle, and then the evil side of him took over. At first, it was all cool, it was all fun and games, and then it took over. And then it became a battle of himself.
I totally see that.
You just blew my mind whole.
Like, I got it, and I was like, that's fucking cool, But here's the thing. Frankenstein terrorized an entire town, potentially killed a girl. Now, they don't really show that in the movie, but in the books, he most certainly did. Dracula plague, terror, the mummy, cursed everybody. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, slept with a woman, broke her heart, punched a kid in the face, and killed a guy. Like, not exactly what I would consider the pinnacle of terror.
Pinnacle of evil.
Exactly. It's like, you stepped on a kid, bribed his dad. I don't, like, the worst thing that had happened was that he killed the girl's father. But it was only because the dad fucking, like, pushed him over the
Actually,
edge.
I'll give you one better. For the time,
Okay.
what he had done was considered heresy. It was
That's what I was
he
going to say. Yeah.
was practicing in what would have been considered black arts or dark magic or science that should not have been dabbled in. The science of God, basically.
Yeah,
That too.
it's stated in the
In the movie,
it was
Yeah.
like, this is you're touching with science, and you're dealing with the supernatural. This is against God and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I would say it was a big thing that he was actually touching these sciences.
Mhm. And here's the thing, there was one part of the movie where I actually sat back in my chair and went, oh my god, what the fuck? And that was when he had the nightmare and the spider
Yes.
Hyde thing
Yo,
crawled in
that
through
was
the window.
so creepy.
Dude,
Yeah, that
I
was-
shat myself. I was like,
Whoa.
I'm used to today's terror, The Ring, Got It, Grudge, whatever. Like, that terrified the fuck out of me.
itsy bitsy spider
Oh my God. I'm getting chills.
Itsy
I'm
bitsy
getting
hider.
fucking chilled. Oh, stop it. Stop it. But I mean, you can only
And
imagine,
that's
like,
Pink Plumber's pathetic puns.
you can only
Sorry.
imagine that, like, if us today, who are numb to violence and horror, actually got fucking, like, what the fuck over that,
Yeah.
you can imagine what that would have done in a theater in the 1920s.
Oh my
I'd
god.
be screaming.
That
Dames
would
will
have
be
been,
passing out everywhere.
that would, like, that's nightmare fuel for the rest of your fucking life.
Them flappers will be flopping.
Oh my god. So should we start bringing up pictures? Is there anything
Yeah.
else that anybody wants to talk about?
Are
As
we
far
gonna do the rank, or we're gonna do the grade after?
We'll view all the pictures
Okay.
and then we'll grade them. Has everybody shared your pictures with everybody? I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start out with C squared. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop it up.
Yeah.
That's so
Um,
awesome.
So amazing picture, by the way, for it being
thank
in
you.
paint. Go ahead and describe what's going on in this picture.
Now, this point of the movie, I felt like it was a tipping point. This is where Dr. Jekyll, well, technically Mr. Hyde, killed what's-her-face's father, and when he found out about his identity.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like that scene the most, so I decided to depict it. In
I have to
paint.
say that was a pretty good scene, because before then he was just kind of living a sinful life, and at that point, that really was where he crossed the line.
No.
That he went too far. You know what I mean?
He went crazy. That nigga went cray.
Yeah, he went cray cray.
Complete great.
So excellent picture. So
Yeah.
you guys remember after we review all the pictures,
Thank
you
you.
guys are going to go ahead and vote on your favorite picture. Whoever
Uh-huh.
gets the most votes will go ahead and get a bonus point. If for whatever reason it's tied, no point.
Okay.
You're gonna put that out there. All right. So the next one we're gonna go ahead and pop up. Let's pop up mine. Does everybody have it?
Oh,
Exactly.
I like.
This was part of the scene where he first drinks the elixir and he does his dreadful transformation. And it was funny how he
okay.
drank it, and then like he sat there for a second staring at the camera
Yeah.
like nothing's happening. Then just
Right.
like
And his arms were all stiff and straight down, like.
Now here's the thing, and here's something that I want to ask you guys, because I wonder if it's just me and my imagination. Did I just?
Just your imagination.
Is everybody
I'm
here?
here.
Oh,
Pinky
Yeah.
dropped the call.
Oh, Pinky, you're out of the call for some reason because you're bad at this. But you're still recording your sound.
I'm back.
okay.
you
No,
was
you're
back.
good. You're good. You're back. All right. So here's the thing.
Yay.
When he first transformed into Hyde, I didn't really see that big of a difference. Obviously, it was a different actor, but I didn't see that big of a difference. But as he
Actually?
continued to sin and sin, was it me or did he get like uglier and more hideous?
You know, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
That was the point.
That's the point, yeah.
Okay.
And fun fact, I don't know if this is reserved for later, but it is the same actor that played both characters.
Is it?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was just
All right, so
Some good makeup.
good
Yeah.
good makeup.
It was creepy as fuck. He was creepy as shit, man.
Yep. It was totally Nick
Oh.
Cage the whole time.
speaking of, we're gonna go ahead and pop up pinkies. Mr. Hyde, Nick Cage. Okay, so I can't be the only
Nicholas
one
Hyde up in here.
who, when he was at Hyde, I looked at him and I was like, he looks just like fucking
Oh
Nicolas
my
Cage.
god.
He looks just like him.
That thought didn't cross my mind.
It fucking killed me. I
You
remember
probably need to
giggling.
be screaming about bees.
Oh my god. But yeah, it was just like I was with you. I saw this picture and I was like, I'm totally with you. I saw it. The dude was
See,
Nicolas Cage.
I see it, but at that time I saw you gonna get raped. That's what I saw. Like that was his rape face.
Oh man.
All right, so good picture, good picture.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pop up.
Like the pillow. I'm going
We're
to
gonna pop up
dry.
Alexander's.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'd like to point out the font
Oh, go
that I
ahead.
used.
Yeah, very retro.
Very, very 20s.
Oh, Benson, dude. Oh, my dog farted. That was
Oh my
gnarly.
god, that's the worst.
Hey,
All right, so
Fuck off.
Alexander's picture,
Oh.
very crudely done. Stick figure in a chair on the desk. Can you go ahead and describe what sparked this scene?
This
for you?
was the one of the ending scenes where he had taken his life with the poison ring.
You know what? I saw that. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I was able to feel the moment that you were trying to capture.
The point where he was trying to kill his evil side
Right.
and kill off Mr. Hyde.
And
Hey,
the thing that actually spoke to me was how they were talking about how he killed himself to atone for what had happened.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if he's Catholic, then he's not going to heaven.
Oh,
Enjoy purgatory,
damn.
dumbass.
That is true.
Enjoy hell, you.
I will have to say that you, in this picture, captured the essence of the film. You're gonna want to watch our last podcast to get that inside joke,
man.
because last time Pinky captured the essence of the film with his teddy bear and his
Beautiful.
really elaborate O in booth, and then he decided to take a shit on the rest of the picture. But I love you, Pinky.
Breathe.
Oh my god.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I'm good.
All right. So we're gonna move on to Danny motherfucking Cooper's picture, and I'm not gonna lie. When I saw this, I had to full screen it, show baby girl, and we had a lull. Here's yours. Ambush. Crit.
Fucking rogues, man.
Dude, like the one hit would have been enough, but he beat
Yeah.
the shit out of him. He like
Rodney
fucking
King that
he
motherfucker.
put the edge of his cane. He fucking curb stomped his ass. Fucking, he made him one with the pavement.
The LAPD was asking to get his, credentials so we can join them.
To get some training.
Yeah.
All right, so there's all the pictures. Did we miss anybody?
No, we're good.
No?
That's 5. Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and take votes. I'm gonna go ahead and cast my vote first. I'm gonna go with Nicolas Cage.
Woo!
Because I saw it. So Pinky, you got my vote. So that being said, Pinky, who do you vote for?
I like. Whose was the R?
That's
That was
mine.
yours?
Well, you can't. Well, we can't
Yeah.
vote for yours, can we?
You can't vote for
You're
your
not.
own.
No, but can we vote for zombies because he's not in said game?
Ooh.
Like-
Oh,
the
that's
game.
right. I'm
Ooh,
not
good-
in said
good-
game. Okay,
Ooh.
so can't vote for mine.
I like the. Yep, I'm gonna go with Danny's.
Crit.
Crits.
Thank you.
Crits.
Alrighty. So Danny, who would you vote for?
Not to return the favor, but because I liked it, I'm gonna go with Pinky's because that Cage face.
That Cage face. All right, C squared. Who'd you pick?
I'm gonna go ahead and pick Jay.
Woo. Edit.
That makes it a winner.
Edit.
That's nobody.
Sorry.
Edit.
That's winner. So just for the record, Alexander, whose pick did you like most?
I wanted to go with the Nick Cage face.
All right. So there we go.
Woo.
Pinky, you have 1 bonus point. So right now the points are Danny
Nick
motherfucking
Cage
Cooper
face.
got 1, C squared
Yeah.
with 1, and Pinky with 1.
Wait, what?
Alexander,
No, I
you
got
bringing up
2.
the rear? You have 1 point.
Have 2.
You have one.
Steve
Oh, no,
Irwin
you have 2.
and Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, get on me, niggas. Don't even know how many points I got. What?
All right. So Danny has 2 points. C squared has 1. Pinky has
Yeah, I got
1
one.
point. Alexander bringing up the rear with 0 points. But like the last
Shut up.
podcast, we
Shut up.
it doesn't matter.
Shut up.
This is the place where points don't matter. All right. So we're gonna go on with our ratings. Everybody's got a rating scheme. So let's go ahead and hear it. How many batarangs did you give that one?
I gave it 2.5. Like the battering broke.
Two
Um,
bad orangs.
No, I wouldn't say it was bad.
No.
Stop it. Pink Plumber's pathetic puns. I enjoyed it, but because it was a silent film and it's not the silent film theater, I give it 2.5 batarangs.
Okay, 2.5 batarangs. All right. C squared.
I'll give it a chubby just because it's a classic.
Okay. A chubby for classic. How many pipes, Pinky? How many pipes?
Like I said, I like the story, so I'm kind of biased to it. So I'm gonna give it a 3 pipes. 3 out of 5 pipes.
3 out of 5 pipes. All right.
Pew, pew, pew.
Alexander, what's your rating scheme? What would you give this movie?
Man. I'm torn between 2 and 3. 2 on a personal level because it's just not my style of movie. However, for the time period, I would have at least given it a like because it did have it did have thought-provoking story details. So
Mhm.
If they had Facebook back then, he'd like it.
yes.
So how many cannonballs would you
I'd
give
give
it?
it 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
All right. So as you know, if on my rating scheme, if you have 2 hours to blow or 2 hours worth of blow, I say turn the TV off and get high. I like the movie. It was not what I expected. The story was a lot weaker than I thought it was going to be. I am a fan of silent films, but beyond the subtleties, I was kind of bored throughout the entire thing. So it was a good experience. It really was. I enjoyed getting out of my comfort zone, but this movie just didn't do it
Yeah.
for me. So 2
I'll buy
hours
that.
worth of blow it is. All right. So that being said, let's get on to our bonus questions.
Trivia time.
Trivia time.
Can't
All
think
right.
of anything else that's gonna rhyme.
Ooh, nice.
My oh my.
All right, so with that being said, there are
Ooh,
3
wow.
questions that are going to be asked. Each question is worth 1, 2, and 3 points respectively. Okay, last I like the Jeopardy thing at the end.
Yeah.
So we're going
That's
to go ahead and keep with that. Alexander, I'll go ahead and explain it when the time comes. For the most part, everybody in group chat, go ahead and put a letter in your chat. Don't hit enter yet, just a letter. So Alexander, this is kind of how it's going to work. Just pick a letter, whatever you want, and then when I say the question in completion and I tell you go, hit enter, and that's our buzzer. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so first question, everybody got your stuff entered in? All right, so the first question worth 1 point. Remember, don't jump the gun. Wait until I say go, okay? What was the first temptation of Dr. Jekyll? The thing that caused him to push him over the edge? Go.
Oh.
So C squared, what was it? What was it?
It was lust.
Lust. Uh-huh. Good job. C squared gets 1 point.
Shit.
He was driven into lust because his fiance's father bought him a hooker. So,
That's
Good
a
point.
hell of a father-in-law.
yeah, I know, seriously. All right, so everybody reset. Now, I had to go back and pause the movie for this one.
Oh.
I don't know how many people caught this. But, here we go. Ready? Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
When Mr. Hyde jumped and curb stomped the little kid, how much did he try to bribe his father with? Go. Oh, shit. Danny, go for it. What do you think?
It was 50 pounds.
Ooh. Congratulations, you went ahead and got 2 points.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh,
Very nice, very nice. Good job. I had to actually go back because I was like,
That was a 2-pointer?
yes, that was. I was like,
Yeah.
how much did he actually try to give him? And let's say a 50 back in the day,
that's some mad ducats, yo.
and that
Like
wasn't
1,000.
1920 money. That was like 1800s money.
Huh. Yeah.
So you can only imagine how much
Funny
that was
money
worth.
either way.
All right, so the last question. Okay, the last question. And this is where everybody is going to go ahead. I'm going to give you time. Worth 3 points. What is Mr. Hyde's complete address? Pinky, you bet 0 points. And your answer is, I have no fucking clue. Sorry, Pinky, that is incorrect. Alexander, you bet no points. Obviously, you have no points to bet. But you bet 9 Bradson a soar.
That's sort of what I remember.
No. No.
Unfortunately, that's close, but no cigar.
Damn.
Danny, you bet 0 points. And your answer was 2134 Nope Street. Nope. Sorry. Ooh. Okay, here we go. C squared. You always surprise the fuck out of me, dude. He actually bet 0 points. And his answer is P. Sherman 42 Wallaby, Sydney.
My little
That's all I can think
brother.
about.
I love that nigga.
All of you got the answer incorrect. Okay, the actual correct answer is number 9 Barnesbury Road, Soto.
Oh, so close.
You know what? I know somebody named Soto, and I remember that now because I was like, hey, Soto.
So that being said, you all missed the question. No ties. So the winner of today's homework assignment is none other than Danny motherfucking Cooper.
Goddamn right.
All right, so congratulations, Danny, for being first place. C squared coming in close at second place with half the points, so I don't know how close that could be.
Halfway there. Whoa!
Pinky,
on
you
my
did
way.
really good this time around. I mean, it's no MacGyver, but you got 1 point. And Alexander, this is actually your first official podcast that you were in. 0 points, no big deal. You kind of got hosed over because you really didn't know too many actors from Dream Team. At least none that were
Compatible
as
with
suited
this
as
one,
everybody
just
else.
happy to play.
Yeah. So thank you for participating, playing along. So Danny motherfucking Cooper, what
Goddamn
is
right.
your homework assignment for everybody?
Well, it's a movie called Timeline. Right on the Fringe is 2003.
Ooh,
115 minutes. Paul Walker, Gerard Butler. Oh, man boner. Yeah, I've seen it before, but I'm gonna watch it again, and I want to put these nerds on it.
What's the
It's
year
good.
on that?
Huh?
It's 2003.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm down
I'm
for it.
walking the line. All right, I'm a dangerous man. I toe that line.
I have
All right,
not
Johnny
seen this
Walker.
movie.
I don't think I've heard.
Shut up.
I've heard of this one. Timeline,
It's good. It's really good.
and it's on Netflix.
All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that's it. That's the homework assignment, everybody out there in the World Wide Webiverse. Danny motherfucking Cooper has picked Timeline. That's a 2003 movie. Catch it on Netflix. Be sure to watch it, pay attention, and as always, submit your pictures to us, man. By all means, submit pictures, submit your favorite stuff, your favorite quotes, favorite movies, any kind of discussion that you'd like to have on it. Send that to our email address. I'll go ahead and post that down below as well. What are you linking to me? Oh, okay. So, that being said, I think that's it, man. I think we did pretty good this time around.
GG, well played.
Can we get off this fucking island now? I heard something and I don't like it.
That, yeah, I've been trying to ignore it, but oh god.
Oh sweet Jesus.
Oh shit, we
I
gotta get
kind
out
of
of
want
here.
to leave. If you don't
All right,
mind.
so anyway, so we gotta get out of here. We got a helicopter to catch or a boat. So this has been Zombie Noodle.
Get to the chopper.
Danny motherfucking Cooper.
C squared.
Pink Plumber.
Alexander.
All right, and we will catch you all next time.
Is
Peace
that
out.
a fucking raptor? Oh my god, run!
Get to the chopper.